Hello and welcome back to the Milan save on Football Manager 2023. Now, since the last episode where we beat Real Madrid and Red Bull Salzburg in the Champions League, we've played two league games off camera. This is also the second time that I'm recording this episode. The first time, I'll roll the footage now, we actually got through to playing Ajax and beat them quite comprehensively. But unfortunately, the audio file was damaged, so I'm having to record it again. So hopefully we can still pick up that win against Ajax in the first game of today's episode. But before we get into that, our first game off camera that we played was away from home to Torino in Serie A, and we won 5-1. Dembele giving us an early lead on the 14th minute. That goal was cancelled out by a Yusuf Demir goal just before half-time. And at half-time, Mattia Vitti, our centre-back, he looked atrocious. He was on a 6.4 rating at half-time, not doing well at all. But then, after the break, within the space of 10 minutes, he finds himself with a brace and gives us a 3-1 lead. Dembele made it 4-1 on the 84th minute. Jata got sent off for Torino on the 87th minute, and then Datru Fofana got our fifth in second half injury time. The second game off camera, however, didn't go quite as well, or well at all. We lost 1-0 to Fiorentina, our first defeat at home in 42 matches in the league. I think that stat is El Shaarawy, the man to take that record from us. We played a slightly rotated side, but we should have still been able to pick up the win. Disappointing result against Fiorentina. And that leaves the Serie A table looking like this. We are sixth. We're in a European place. We're 8 points off top of the table, city rivals Inter. So we're still in with a shout. We just need to get through the Champions League part, and then hopefully we can pick up our form in the league. So as I said, the first of our games today is against Dutch side Ajax. So how are they doing domestically? Well, they're top of Eredivisie. They're level on points with Feyenoord on 29 points. Their last two matches, they drew 0-0 against RKC Waalwijk, who I'm guessing are struggling at the bottom. Yeah, they're in the relegation places, so a disappointing result there. And then they beat Willem II, or Willem II, 3-0 in their previous game. In terms of their Champions League results so far, they've drawn 2-2 with Monaco, drawn 0-0 with Valencia, lost to Red Bull Leipzig, and lost to PSG. PSG results kind of expected. Arguably the Leipzig one too, but what are their other fixtures like in the Champions League? They've got Dortmund, which is a tough one. Then they've got Club Brugge and Lyon. I'd expect them to win against Club Brugge, but the Dortmund and Lyon games look a bit difficult. Ajax could have a difficult time getting out of the league stage of the Champions League. So looking at the other games that are being played in this match week in the Champions League, some to pick out, I guess. We've got Barcelona-Arsenal. That's a repeat of a Champions League final. I think it was 2006 when they played in the Champions League final. Not sure if I'm remembering that correctly. Bayern against Liverpool, another big game. The Man United Dortmund is quite a big game as well. And Newcastle facing Real Madrid. Not necessarily historically a big game, but it's a big game for Newcastle, having Real Madrid come into St James's Park. And then Karabag, they're the team that I'm keeping an eye on. They are playing against Hapoel Beersheva, who are one of only two sides yet to pick up a point in this league stage. Karabag, if they win, I'm sure they'll go back up into the qualification places in the top 24. The other side that haven't won or picked up a point at all so far is Mönchengladbach. They're away from home against Partizan, so possibly a chance for them to get a point today. So this is our lineup for the first of our games in this episode. We've got Mike Maignan in goal, Alessandro Zanulli at right back, Kalulu and Tomori in central defence, Theo Hernandez at left back, Benessa alongside Pobega in defensive midfield as Sandro Tonali drops to the bench as he's not fully of full heart, I guess, in the condition. At right wing, we've got Brahim Diaz. Left wing is Rafa Leao. Attacking centre midfield, Charles de Ketelaere, King Charles as we crowned him last episode. Hopefully he can do some damage to Ajax today. And then Moussa Dembele is up front. Hopefully he can grab a few goals as well, because he's not emulating Giroud, but I guess that is a difficult thing for anyone to have to try and do after Olivier Giroud has just outperformed himself in the past few seasons. So throw in from the left-hand side for Ajax. First chance of the game within the opening 5 minutes. It's Wijndal on the ball. I'm going to be very, very disappointed if we don't manage to win this game after the result in the first attempt at recording this, as Tomori intercepts that pass nicely and Pobega can bring the ball out. Nice pass from him to Rafa Leao, who's got a bit of space to run into if he wants to. Rafa Leao skips past the defender, nearly gets past Timber, has to come back, plays it back to Benessa, who finds Theo in tons of space on the left-hand side. Theo Hernandez into the box now. Can he play it across? He does, but there's nobody there. It's It's deflected off Brahim Diaz and it's gone in. Wijndal's clearance, just anywhere but where he hit it, would have been fine, but he clears it off Brahim Diaz, and it's the most lucky goal that I'm pretty sure Brahim Diaz will ever score in his entire career. Absolute insanity. It's sort of a header from Brahim Diaz. Wijndal with the clearance, and yeah, 1-0 after 5 minutes. Throw in on this left-hand side. Theo to take it. Finds Teketelea. Teketelea skips past the defender. Comes back on himself. Chance to get a ball in. Instead, he comes into the box. Plays across to Leao, and Leao with a header just over the bar. Free kick for Ajax. Tadic to take it from the right-hand side. Possible chance for them to get an equaliser. Hopefully not. Whip towards Henrique Araujo at the back post. Headed away by Pavega. But Timber is going to collect that for Ajax and continue the attack. Or at least he hopes to anyway. Daley Blind now. To Taylor. To the back post, to Tadic, the original free kick taker. It's Tadic with the ball. Zanoli tried to tackle him, but it's cleared by Benessa. In the first recording of this game, a lot of Ajax's issues were caused by themselves, just trying to pass it around the back like they're doing right now, and then they'd misplace a pass, we'd pounce on it, and we'd get a goal, as Campos is dispossessed by Theo Hernandez, and Theo Hernandez can go on a run. Long searching ball to Brahim Diaz on the right-hand side. I think Dembele might be offside. He's not even scored. I was ready to say and he's scored, but he hasn't. He's hit the post. Newcastle are beating Real Madrid. Rafa Leao's injured. That's the more important thing right now, though. Potential upper body injury for our left winger. That's not great. That didn't happen in the first recording. Datro Fofana going to come on for Rafa Leao at left wing. Hopefully the injury's not too bad. Free kick from the left. Benessa to take it. In towards Pabega at the back post, and it's just over the bar again. Second time that a header has just hit the top of the net. Karabag have taken a 1-goal lead against Hapoel. It's good for the Azerbaijani side, and that is going to be a red card. That is horrific. Henrique Araujo, completely out of control. He's got to be sent off for that. There's the confirmation. Red card for Henrique Araujo. Awful challenge. Shakhtar are beating Napoli. What's going on there? They're winning 2-0. Okay, so I don't think this is as good a scoreline as the first recording. We'll add in a little screen grab of what the score was at halftime in the first recording, just to compare. Free kick. Benessa to take it. Can we get a second? Plays it to the back post. Tomori's there with a header, and it's off the bar this time. Another chance from a set piece and another chance squandered. Ajax going to try and play it out from the back with Timber on the ball. Plays it forward to Kudus. Back to Blind. Now Taylor to Klassen, and Teketelea pounces on that. Very high press working well for us. Datro Fofana on the ball. It's Fofana, it's off the bar, and it cannons off the back of the goalkeeper, and it's cleared successfully this time by Wijndal. They've not learned their lesson. They're still passing it around the back, despite the fact they were dispossessed earlier on by Charles Teketelea. Now Gorta with it at the very back. Plays it forward to Blind. Back to Gorta. Can we win the ball high up the field once more? It's Timber. Plays the ball forward to Tadic. Now Wrench. And Datro Fofana coming back brilliantly there to win the ball. Tomori, the centre-back, plays it back to Theo. Can he go on one of his amazing runs forward and create something? He plays forward to Datro Fofana instead. Fofana, he's hit the bar already. Ball into the box. Teketelea with a header, and it's just over the bar again with the header from Teketelea this time, as Steven Berghuis comes on for Dusan Tadic. And Ajax are going to play it out from a goal kick yet again. Timber on the ball. Who's going to lose the ball this time? Just passing it in their own box is just asking for trouble. They might have beaten the press though. Wrench, he didn't know what to do with the ball, so he's just played it back to Timber, put themselves back into some sort of trouble. Taylor just whacks that clear. Good old-fashioned clearance from him. Tomori with the header, but that falls down to Kudus. But then Pabega wins the ball after a poor touch from Kudus. And now Datro Fofana with it. Plays it back to Fikayo Tomori. Great ball from him to Theo Hernandez on the left-hand side. Theo, first time ball in. Dembele's there with the header. And it's 2-0. Moussa Dembele with his 8th goal of the season. And we've got a bit of a cushion now. Theo Hernandez with an excellent ball. First time into the box. And Dembele with a powerful header. Tomori's ball to Theo Hernandez was great down the left wing as well. Theo didn't even look into the box. He just knew that someone would be there. And the man that was there was Dembele. And it is 2-0, as I said. And I think we are heading to the top of the league, because Barcelona are currently drawing, and I'm not sure what PSG are doing, but they're not winning. PSG losing. Who are PSG playing? That's not loading the rest of the results. That's not helpful. As Ajax come forward with the ball, it's Arias. Plays back to Timber. And Ketelea is going to win the ball again from the Ajax defenders. This is exactly what was happening in that first recording that I told you about. Ketelea with a shot, and that is an awful attempt at goal from Charles de Ketelea. Not so much King Charles, more like the Joker of the royal scene there. That analogy kind of got a bit lost. PSG are losing 1-0 to Porto. Not what you'd expect, but Ketelea with a chance, and it's blocked by Daley Blind of all people. It was an open goal to aim at, but Daley Blind getting himself in between Ketelea and the goal as we have a corner with 7 minutes to go. Time has just escaped me. I've not even made that many changes. Kalulu with the header, and that's gone over the bar, and we will make some changes, I think, just to save people's legs. So Zanoli's going to come off. Singo coming on for him. We'll also take King Charles off. Vignato can come on for him. Diaz off for Gouveia. And we'll bring Helgason on for Benessa as well. Now, Barcelona have somehow taken a 3-goal lead against Arsenal in the space of 10 minutes. So we're not heading to the top of the table anymore, but we are second. I think PSG have also equalised against Porto. So we're 2 points clear in second. And we have won full-time, 2-0 win. Not as good as the 7-0, but we'll still take it. It's another 3 points. So looking at the other results, as I said, Barcelona ended up winning 3-0 after taking the lead on the 72nd minute, beating Arsenal. Bayern beating Liverpool by 3-1. Man United beating Dortmund by 1-0. Lazio grabbing a point at the City of Manchester Stadium, or the Etihad. I've just called it its old name there. Newcastle with a bit of a shock win over Real Madrid, a 2-1 win there. Mönchengladbach getting their first points of the Champions League campaign. PSG only managing a draw against Porto. They've got Diogo Jota. Interesting. Karabag beating Hapoel by 3-0, and then Shakhtar getting a shock result over Napoli, and Benfica with a shock win over Juve as well. So quite a few shock results in this match day. And as I said, we currently find ourselves second. Barcelona are top of the group, or the league. Filling out the top 8 is PSG, Newcastle, Man United, Bayern, Arsenal and Red Bull Leipzig. Looking further down at teams that are not in the top 24, Karabag actually haven't made it into the top 24 due to their goal difference. They are level on 6 points with a few other teams who are in the qualification places, so still in with a shout. Juve also out of the top 24, and poor Hapoel Beersheva at the very bottom of the league table with 0 points and a goal difference of -15. So I'll play the 3 league games against Bologna, Lecce and Empoli off camera, and then we'll be back with the game against Benfica, the side that just beat Juve in this match day. So it's not a side to be scoffed at. It might be a challenge. So we played those 3 league games off camera, and things started off very nicely with quite a rotated squad played against Bologna. We won 4-1, Vignato getting a brace, Lazetic on the score sheet, and Thiago Gouveia also getting a goal. It was a very fast-paced, frenetic start as we took the lead after 1 minute. They equalised after 2, and then Vignato gave us the lead again on the 10th minute, and we never really looked back from there. We then faced Lecce away from home. Dembele giving us the lead after half an hour. Hernandez with a penalty dispatched on the 42nd minute. Blin sent Lecce down to 10 men on the 44th minute, and then Dembele with our third of the game in the 67th minute. And in the final match off camera, we had to come from a goal down against Empoli to win 3-1. Marko Lazetic getting a brace. One of those was a penalty, one from open play. And then Vignato with the third to just cement that victory for us as we made it 3 wins out of a possible 3. And that means we are currently 5th in Serie A. We're 6 points off top of the table. Napoli now, a few of the teams above us, dropping points quite regularly at the minute. So we've managed to narrow that gap down a little bit. But obviously our focus is on the Champions League and our game against Benfica, the team that beat Juve last time out in the Champions League. Before that, they beat Mönchengladbach by 1-0. I don't have the Portuguese league loaded, so I can't tell you how they're doing domestically. But obviously Benfica, with a bit of history in this competition, having won the Champions League twice, back when it was the European Cup, but still has the same weight. Looking at the other games that are being played in this match day, a few standout ones. We've got Atletico Madrid against Arsenal, Juve against Bayern, another big one, Man City, Barcelona, Man United, PSG. There's lots of big ties in this game week. Roma, Real Madrid, a semi-big tie as well, I guess. But we'll keep focusing on ourselves. A victory today could see us confirm our place in the next round, or in the round of 16, I should say, because we'll skip the first knockout round. So this is the lineup for this game against Benfica. We've got Mike Maignan in goal, Zanoli at right back, Kalulu and Tomori at centre back. Kalulu's been out for a few days with a bit of a knock that he picked up, but he's back to full fitness now. Teo Hernandez at left back, Ismail Benessa alongside Tonali in defensive midfield, Brahim Diaz on the right wing, Fofana on the left wing because of Rafa Leao's injury, which is keeping him out for, it was 6 to 7 weeks originally. He's got another 3 to 5 weeks on that one. He's broken his ribs in that win over Ajax last time out. But thankfully, Datro Fofana is suitable enough cover for him in that position. Charles de Ketelaere is playing as attacking centre midfielder, and then Moussa Dembele is our striker today. Obviously, we've been doing a bit of rotation. There's been games coming thick and fast. We had 3 games in the space of a week. So thankfully, we've got a decent enough backup side to still get results, as it appears, from our 3 league games played off camera. Now, there is one man that I want to pick out in the Benfica side. He's well known to us. He played for us. It's Junior Messias. Shevchenko, obviously club legend, has pointed him out as the danger man today. So hopefully we can keep him quiet as a former Milan player. First chance of the game, Benessa with a free kick. Can we get an early lead? Benessa to the back post. To Ketelaere with a header. And it's 1-0. King Charles strikes again. He's scored after 6 minutes, less than 6 minutes at Benfica. And we are looking very, very good for qualifying for the next round of the Champions League today. It was Benessa with the free kick, looped to the back post, and to Ketelaere. He's having one heck of a season. The man in form at the moment, King Charles. Corner kick. Tonali to take it. Can he double our lead? We are currently top of the league as things stand. Another goal would be very helpful in continuing that, as the ball nearly ends up in the back of the net. It was Grimaldo who cleared it off the line. Dembele with the original header. Not sure who had the second one, but it didn't go in. Another set piece now. Tonali to take once more towards De Ketelaere with a looping header this time, and it's gone over the goal. We reached half time, and I wasn't going to make any changes, but I've just noticed Diaz's rating. He cannot be allowed to continue with a 6.3, I'm afraid. Thiago Gouveia is going to come on for him. Gouveia performing quite well in the games where he's been rotated in for Diaz, so I've got no concerns that he'll be able to do a job that we need him to do today. It looks like Datro Fofana's picked up a bit of a knock. I think it's a bruised shin. It says potential lower leg injury, but the assistants informed me that it was a bruised shin, so we'll bring him off. Now, our options are limited for who we bring on for him. Lazetic has been playing up front when we've been playing him. We've not really played him as a left winger. Omaregbe's been playing on the right wing most of the time. I guess he can still do a job on the left, so we'll bring him on, Bob Omaregbe. Just in case you want to look at Bob Omaregbe, here he is. Junior Messias now for Benfica, looking to get an equalising goal. He's got tons of space to run into. It's Junior Messias with a shot, and it's a good save from Mike in goal there. I had a feeling that Messias was going to put us to the sword there, but thankfully not. Free kick just inside the Benfica half. It's Kalulu playing it short to Benessa. Now a ball out wide searching for Gouveia, but he stopped running, and Grimaldo has picked that up at left back for Benfica. He plays that forward to Mario. Bad touch from him. Gouveia pounces on it. Can Gouveia create something now? Victor with the challenge to win the ball back for Benfica, but he's given it straight back to us. And now De Ketelaere finds Bob Omaregbe on the left-hand side. Can he create something? He plays it to the back post to Gouveia, and it's just off the side netting from Thiago Gouveia. Now, King Charles, I realise that's also a dog breed, isn't it? A King Charles Spaniel. But we're going for the royal approach for Charles. He is going to make way for Vignato. He's looking a bit tired out there. Don't want to risk him picking up an injury. Was thinking about taking Tomori off as well because he's on a yellow, but we'll tentatively keep him there. Another set piece, Tonali to take it to the back post towards Dembele, who heads the ball off the post. And I think I just saw Barcelona have taken the lead in their game. They are winning 1-0 against Man City, so that means that we aren't top of the table as things stand. And also, don't think we can confirm a qualification as other results stand, because there's 6 points still up for grabs after these games, and 8th place is on 12 points. But there's time left for Benfica to change all of that, of course. Great defending, though, from us as Bob Omaregbe plays that ball forward to Dembele. Can we get a second? Victor is going to get himself sent off here, and it's literally pointless. There was a second left in the game when he did that. There was no point in João Victor doing what he's just done there, but not going to complain. The whistle, the full-time whistle, should be going any second now. I think Man City have equalised against Barcelona as well, so we are going to be top of the table at the end of this match day. Tomori just taking his time with this free kick. You literally just have to kick it, mate. Thank you. There we go. Full-time 1-0 win over Benfica. The 100% record continues. Victor, incidentally, picked up his first yellow 2 minutes before he got sent off. He's just had a mad 2 minutes in injury time. I don't know what he was thinking. So here's all the results from this match day. Arsenal getting battered in Madrid by Atletico by 3-0. Dortmund beating Ajax by 3-1. Bayern winning at Juve. Man City grabbing a very late equaliser against Barcelona. PSG beating Man United at Old Trafford. Got Karabag picking up another point. We'll always keep an eye on Karabag. We love Karabag, so we do. Real Madrid also beating Roma in Rome. But how does that leave the standings? Well, as you can see, we are top of the league table. 2 points clear of Barcelona, PSG and Newcastle, who are all on 16 points. Then we've got Bayern and Leipzig on 13 points. And then the lucky two on 12 points that are in the top 8 are currently Man United and Atletico Madrid. But there are several others on 12 points. We've got Dortmund, Madrid, Monaco and Napoli all on 12 points as well. With 2 games to go, it's still all to play for the top 8 qualification spots. We are obviously, there's only obviously 6 points left to play for. So provided we win our next match, we are going to confirm our qualification through. Looking further down the table, we've got Shakhtar, who'd be a bit of a surprise option to qualify. But they're looking pretty good at the moment. Salzburg as well. And then Karabag occupying that final qualification spot for the first knockout round. Roma and Juve are not going to qualify as things stand. Not good for Italian football. Datro Fofana has also picked up a bit of a knock. He's going to be out for between 1 and 3 days, which could be a bit troubling for me in the league, which our next match is in 3 days' time. And we'll have no Leao and probably no Fofana. So Bobo Maregbe might get another chance to shine. So looking ahead to the next episode, we will be playing our final 2 Champions League phase games against AEK, who are currently 34th in the league. That is 3rd bottom. And our final game will be against Rangers, who are 30th in the league. So the 2 easiest games really of our Champions League campaign so far are coming up next. Hopefully we don't fluff our lines by dropping points against them. But in the meantime, off camera, I'll play the league games against Verona, Monza, Regina, Roma and Inter. I'll also play the Supercoppa final against Juve, and hopefully we'll be in a decent position in the league when we come back. Obviously, we've got the winter break as well in between that. So, yeah, hopefully we'll find ourselves a bit higher in the league heading into those games against AEK and Rangers. But that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to get all my content when it comes out, hit the notification bell to stay notified, and I'll see you next time.